Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the merits and demerits of census and sampling method of collection of data. In the previous session, I told you about the census method and the sample method, the differences between the two, about the questionnaire, the principles for drafting a questionnaire. Now today you are going to study what are the merits and demerits of census method. The first point, as you can see on the screen, is the first merit of census method is intensive study of population. So intensive study of population, that means in census method it provides intensive and in-depth information covering many facets of the problems. Like when we collect the census of population, so it is not the number of persons only which is being counted in the economy via census of population, but information like number of males and females in the country, the age, the marital status, the educational and occupational level, income and health conditions are also obtained while collecting the census of population. So the first and the foremost merit of census method is that it gives you an intensive study of the population. So in this way you come to know that what is the workforce ratio in your country, how many are senior citizens in your country, how many are kids in your country. So this gives you a detailed information about the same. The second merit is high degree of accuracy and reliability. Like since we are studying the each and every item of the population, and we are observing each and every item of the population personally, so it is possible to collect highly accurate and reliable information. Then the third merit is suitability of the method. This method is, as I have already discussed with you earlier, that this method is suitable when the different items of the population are not homogeneous. That means there are heterogeneous items in the population. So in that case, this method is more suitable. If the items of the population are homogeneous in nature, then sampling method is suitable. We talk about the demerits of census method. Census method is very expensive method. Why it is expensive? Because collection of data by observing each and every item of the universe or the population, obviously it becomes very expensive when you collect information from such a large group of people. So definitely this method becomes expensive. It requires more time and manpower. This is the next demerit of census method. Since a large volume of data are to be collected under census investigation, so more time and manpower are needed for its collection, for its analysis, for the conclusion or interpretation to be drawn therefrom. Then we talk about the last one, that is inapplicability. Census method cannot be applied in case of indefinite population. In case of infinite population. That means if the population is infinite, which cannot be counted, so this method cannot be applied. If the study involves destruction, as in case of testing of tires on road, census cannot be conducted. So these are the certain merits and demerits of census method. Students, now we are going to discuss the merits and demerits of sampling method. That what are the various merits and demerits of sampling method. If I talk about the first merit here, it is mentioned here is that it is a representation of all group of population. The first and the foremost merit of sample method is that a small sample or a large sample from a large population represent the entire group of population. For observing relation between subgroup, even it is beneficial for observing the relation between the subgroup, that is how they are related. Then you even can observe smallest and most inaccessible subgroups in population. That means even it becomes very convenient for you to even in the event of limited availability of personnel and equipment, so what you can do, you can even approach or you can observe the smallest group or inaccessible group in the population, because you are not collecting data for the entire population. Higher statistical precision, even it provides you with a very good statistical data, and even it saves a lot of time, money and effort. The demerits of sampling method we talk about is, the first one, it require accurate information on the proportion of population in each stratum. That means you should have accurate information on the proportion of population. That means there may be different strata or there may be different groups of people. So from every group of people, what happens is that you require accurate information, then only you can conduct the sampling method. If you do not have the accurate information from each strata or group of people, then this method fails. Large population must available from which select sample, and that means sampling method is only suitable when the population size is large. So if the population size is large, then only you conduct this method, or else it is not possible. Possibility of faulty classification. How possibility of faulty classification? Because when we talk about different strata or different group of people, so there can be possibility that you classify the data into on the basis of your biasness. Like we can talk about here, the investigator is biased, then he might select sample deliberately. In such cases, selected sample cannot be a representative of the characteristic of a population. So in that case, there can be possibility of faulty classification. Now next topic, students, here we talk about determining the size of the sample. So what are the factors which affect the size of sample? The first one we can see here is the size of population. In case of large size of population, sample size would be bigger and vice versa. Variability of the population. If the population, you need to find out the population consists of homogeneous units, a small sample will serve the purpose. But if the population is heterogeneous, so a large sample will be required. Desired level of accuracy. So if greater degree of accuracy is desired, so the size of sample should be larger. But however, if samples are selected by an experienced person on the basis of scientific method, so better results can be ensured even in case of small size of sample. Level of confidence we talk about. If what do you find is the confidence level is high among the the enumerator, so in that case the small size of sample can solve the purpose. But if you are not confident about your population, the sample which you are collecting, so in that case the size of the sample should be large. Budget constraint, it also depends that the factors which affect the size of sample also depends on the budget constraint. If you do not have much budget, so you have to take a small size of sample, but if you have abundance of budget, so you can take a larger size of sample. So that's all for today's class. Thank you so much.